Hey everyone, the truth about performance reviews. Well, the truth about performance reviews is that they do more harm than good. This is an article that appeared in Gallup relatively recently, and I agree wholeheartedly with this article. We have known for quite some time that performance evaluations, at least the way they have traditionally been done, are almost completely ineffective, and in many cases they actually do indeed do more harm than good. Now, you know what a performance evaluation is, I'm sure. That's where traditionally once a year you would be called into your boss's office to do a closed door sit down meeting where your boss would go over with you what they thought were your strengths and your weaknesses that you should work on. Now, more often than not, this simply exposed a disconnect between the two perspectives of these individuals on the employee's performance. And there were many, many issues with this. Now, I always have to preface these videos by saying that I teach HR in universities. I teach HR to people who end up being recruiters and people who do performance evaluations and train managers on how to do this stuff. And I always start with the statistic that over 90% of hiring managers say that not only that their current system of performance reviews should be changed, but instead it should be abolished altogether. Okay, this is what 90% of hiring managers are saying. Now, this should not be a surprise to anyone because this traditional system, at the time when it was invented over 100 years ago, the premise was it's better than nothing. At least you have some kind of consistent, centrally managed way of assessing all your employees. And this was part of classical management theory. Now, the problem, of course, is that most people don't see it that way. They see it as they would rather have nothing than have this system. For example, would you like to do the wrong thing every day for 11 months before somebody told you that they would rather you do it a different way? You know, doing it once a year is almost completely ineffective. And also, we know through management science and through, principles from psychology that having somebody tell you that you're not good at something, it just doesn't fix the problem, because the most obvious reaction is to challenge it, and that does happen. And also, there's also well-known psychological concepts like everybody thinks that they are more valuable than they actually are objectively. Okay, we all have an ego, and the problem is when those principles and this clash together, you have problems. Now, the one thing I will say is that this is a very complicated topic. There's many facets to it. However, my bird's eye recommendation would be that from my experience, I believe that a lot of small business, they do a better job at this than large enterprise. In large enterprise, this is very formalized, it's very centralized, nobody likes it. In small business, especially very small business, we're talking like under 100 employees here, they seem to have slightly better results with this. It's a little bit more informal. It's based more on the manager-employee relationship rather than arbitrary, standard criteria that applies to every single person in every role and every type of person in the company. So I think that large enterprise should take a leaf out of the playbook of small business and do a more informal version of this and have it done with less paperwork and on a more frequent basis. So that would be my recommendation. Let me know if you agree with this or not, and I will put the link to the article also in the description. So thank you very much for your time. As always, you guys are awesome, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.